Meditation has been spoken about by many different people in many different forms. It's practiced by everyone from all walks of life, from monks to religious and spiritual people to business owners, and it's been practiced for literally thousands of years. But what makes this act of sitting and breathing so special that everyone wants to do it? Let's talk about meditation. Hey guys, and welcome to Live Your Bliss, where we learn to create the life that we desire. Thank you so much for being here, and make sure, if you haven't already, you subscribe to the channel. If you have already, welcome back. I'm going to jump right into the video. So let's go ahead and start talking about meditation. So what is meditation? Meditation is the act of becoming conscious or aware. There's a lot of different types of meditation, a lot of different forms, but the end goal for all of them is to become conscious or aware of your right now, your present moment. So let's talk about first what it means to be conscious, so you can understand what I mean when I say that. In a sense, being conscious is waking up. We go through life on kind of this autopilot with our subconscious mind running the show. And our subconscious mind, it governs our daily habits. So our subconscious mind is the reason that you don't have to remember to breathe or how to walk or how to drive to work most of the time. It's because your subconscious mind is running all of that. Not only that, but your subconscious mind also governs your beliefs and a lot of the beliefs that we form from childhood and over our life. Most of the time, we're not aware of our subconscious beliefs. That's the point of the subconscious. It works behind or under, which is under the conscious. It works in the background, and we kind of just live our life letting it run the show without even knowing what it's doing. We end up living our life based on these beliefs that half the time we don't even know what those beliefs are or where they originated from, which later on in life could end up causing you to repeat negative cycles over and over and not understand why it keeps happening because you're not conscious to it. When you finally wake up and start recognizing those beliefs and thought patterns and things that are in your subconscious, that's when you finally become conscious to them. That's when you wake up and become conscious to what is going on inside of you. Now, when you're in your meditation practice, you're literally practicing becoming conscious within that little time that you're meditating. So you put your focus on your breath or whatever it is that you're trying to focus on. So when a thought comes up, you observe it and then you return back to your breath. You're practicing being conscious instead of unconscious of your subconscious. I said conscious a lot there, but even if it's just for 5, 10 minutes or 30 minutes, you are practicing being conscious in that moment. So when you've been practicing meditating for a while, you will start to notice that you are more conscious throughout your day and not just within your meditation practice. And then you're starting to notice your emotional triggers. You're starting to notice your thought patterns, and you're starting to become more conscious of how your subconscious is working throughout the day, which is needed if you ever want to improve your life. You have to become aware of your subconscious first, or become conscious first, before you can start making those improvements and making those changes. And that's where meditation is going to come in. You create that meditation practice so you can start practicing being conscious more often. So it's a lot easier for you to be conscious every single day. So let's go ahead and get into how we actually meditate. Let's talk about that. So as I said earlier, there are a lot of different types of meditations. If you're a beginner at meditating, guided meditations are awesome, and you can find tons of free guided meditations on YouTube. So I always recommend using the guided meditations first if you're just starting. In this video, I am going to be talking about mindfulness meditation, the old-fashioned original meditation, and how to become conscious through that meditative process. So first off, you want to find a place that you meditate. It's always good to have a special place that you go to meditate, the same place every day. What this will do is create muscle memory. So every time you go to that space, your body knows that you're about to meditate. So it makes it a lot easier to get into that meditative space and be able to, slow your thoughts down and focus on your breath a little bit easier. Also, make sure it's a space in your house that you're not going to be interrupted as easily or hear a lot of background noise. You want to be able to hold that meditation as long as you can. The longer you can be in that, the better it will be for you. I try to meditate in the mornings after my kids go to school because the house is a little bit quieter. So just find what works for you. Just try to do it at a time that you won't be interrupted. When you go to meditate, you can either sit in a chair or sit down on the floor with your legs crossed. You are able to also lay down when you meditate. I don't suggest it. Every time I lay down to meditate, I fall asleep. So when we relax and we're laying down, especially if you're tired, you most likely will fall asleep. The main important thing is to make sure that your back is straight. So whether you're sitting down on a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the ground and your back is straight. Or if you're sitting down Indian style, like you see most people meditate, then make sure you're sitting with your back straight. You're not slouching or anything like that. And then you start to breathe. You want to breathe deeply. When you breathe in, you want your diaphragm to raise. You want your breath to come in through to your diaphragm, and your diaphragm is rising and falling as you breathe in and out. That is going to show you that you are breathing deeply. You don't want to be breathing into your chest or your throat. Just the act of making sure that you're breathing into your diaphragm is going to keep you present and conscious on that breath, because you're having to focus on how that breath is moving. So you do want to start with deep breaths. I do like to count my breaths at least at the beginning of my meditation, because it helps me to get focused a lot easier. So I will breathe in for a count of 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't do this for the entire meditation, but I do it at the beginning so I can, like I said, help me to start getting into that focus a little bit easier. While I'm counting, I'm only focusing on my breath, and my mind isn't drifting as much. It helps so much. I had a hard time with not thinking. My mind is probably one of the busiest minds in this world. So when I first started meditating, it was so hard for me to be able to focus on my breath. I found the counting method helped me tremendously. And the number 5 is just something I prefer. I like that number. Choose what you want, how long you want to count while you're breathing. It's up to you. The number really doesn't matter. It just helps me to get focused a lot easier, especially at the beginning, because I just couldn't. So at this point, when you're starting to breathe and you are focusing on your breath, what is going to happen is thoughts are going to come up. Bird just shit on my computer. So now you're breathing, you're focusing on your breath, and what is going to happen is a thought is going to come up. You're going to drift off and you're going to start thinking about something going on in your day, or what you have to cook later, or the errands you need to run. It's going to happen. That's just how we're wired as humans. When that thought comes up, it is okay. Don't feel bad about it. Don't think that you're doing anything wrong. That is very normal. And honestly, it would kind of be scary if a thought didn't come up, because that means it's nothing going on up there. So that's something that you should be worried about if you didn't have a thought up there. When that thought comes up, do not get wrapped up in it. Observe your thoughts and watch them go by, and return your consciousness back into your breath. What I mean when I say get wrapped up in them, if a thought comes up, oh, I need to get eggs today at the grocery store. And then you start thinking about, oh, well, what time should I go? If I go to the grocery store at 2, it's going to be too busy. And then that is getting wrapped up in it. Instead, you see that thought come up, I need to get eggs at the grocery store. You observe it, you return back to your breath. You don't interact with it. It should be like a show reel. These thoughts come by, you notice it, you observe it, you come back to your consciousness. You come back into your breath. You are becoming a conscious observer of your thoughts and not the thinker. You're no longer the thinker. You're an observer of the thoughts. You're looking at it from the outside in. And all you're doing is bringing your focus back to your breath. You keep doing this and then you're meditating. Usually I will set my timer at the beginning. I don't suggest trying to start meditating 30 minutes, an hour a day. It's going to be really hard for you to do. Start small and build. Meditation is a practice. Just like everything else, you have to practice to get better at it. So start small, meditate for 3 minutes a day, and then meditate for 5 minutes a day, and then move it up to 10 and then 20. Do it that way. Just build on it until you are able to sit in that space a little bit longer. Don't start at a really long time because you're not going to do good at it. And then you're going to think you're not good at meditating and not try to do it anymore. You need to do it. Meditation is very important. And just remember, just the fact that you are attempting to become conscious is already helping you in so many ways. Like I said earlier, we are like walking zombies. We are just ran by our subconscious and we are just oblivious to what's going on up there. So if you're taking time to actually understand what's going on inside of you, inside of here, you are ahead of so many humans already. Life is all about vibration. Yes, we are humans, but we are spirit living in a human form, and we are nothing but vibration. The more that you meditate, the more that you become conscious, the higher you raise that vibration, and the easier you create. It's that simple. All right, guys, we made it to the end of the video. I'm so grateful for you guys being here. I hope you got some information that you can use from this video. I hope you guys start meditating right now, today. Do it right now. If you did get any information that you can use, make sure you like this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post every single week, so you guys always have the information you need to live the best life possible. Follow me on my social medias. I'm going to pop those on the screen right there, and I will put them also in my description. I am on there daily, guys. You can get to know me a little bit personally, and then also I share information on how to create your best life possible on there every day, every single day. Guys, I have enjoyed this as usual. I hope you guys are living the best life you possibly can, and most importantly, I hope you guys are living your bliss.